Arena possible. We're missing one of our three.
Yes, sir.
Devion is MIA. We don't know where he went, but you know what? We got German here to fill in his seat, so
Yeah,
it's all good. It's all good. German, how we feeling?
Hey.
NBA offseason is
pretty
underway.
pretty lit so far. Honestly, like I said they KD and shook up free agency. So
Joe, how you feeling?
Um, can't complain, Same thing, different day. Man, we good to go. Dev not gonna hop on. He lying, but let's do it.
All right. Devion says he will be joining us. We don't believe it, but it's all good. But let's get it started. You teased it, Germ. Durant just decided he was gonna. We had like all the little drama we thought last time we were recording on Monday. Like, and then Kyrie just decides he's gonna opt in. Like, oh,
Yeah,
well, it's not gonna be fun anymore. KD said, "Hold my beer." Here we go. KD requests a trade. He says he wants to go to either the Suns or the Heat. Let's go Heat. But he has no trade clause. He's got 4 years left on his deal, so he doesn't have a ton of leverage. It sounds like the Nets are willing to work with him because they think he has been, I guess, a good teammate for them over the past 3 years. I don't know that at some point they're probably gonna just have to be like, "Hey, sorry, bud, but this was a way better offer." But who knows? I want to get you guys' initial reactions though to when KD requested a trade, name the Suns, name the Heat. How do you guys think this all shakes out? Jeremy, I'll let you kick it off.
well, honestly though, I was surprised when I got the notification. I was like, he really like requested a trade. Like, okay, well, let's go. But then I seen the Suns and the Heat. Like you said, we talked about it earlier. Like it's just hard to see, hard for that to work, bro, because the people that he wants to play with can't be traded. And honestly, I don't see Brooklyn just. This is a once in a lifetime thing. Like you got KD, all right, so ask for a trade. You just can't give him up for nothing. They say that about every superstar, though, obviously. But when it's KD, like, bro, then you just can't give him up for nothing. Like, you got to get something back for him. But initially, though, I was shocked, especially going through all that Kyrie bullshit. And then, like, KD, we didn't really hear from KD, you know what I'm saying, before Kyrie opted in. It was reports saying that KD was whether he hasn't contacted the front office or anything, or then it was like once Kyrie opted in, KD said it was some report saying like he was going to be loyal and he's good to go. And next thing you know, bam, trade. I'm like, wow. So I was shocked though, because normally when he's left, he's been free agency. He's never got traded. Left OKC free agency, left Golden State free agency. So it was a shocker to me. So I'm eager to see where he goes. It might not even be the Suns or the Heat, obviously, because they don't really have to trade him to neither one. And like you were saying, with him, how he's been a good teammate. He has, like, he hasn't when he's able to play, he's played. But I was looking at some podcast the other day, and they kind of mentioned something saying that like the organization kind of has bended to their needs, like him and Kyrie, like they've kind of done everything they asked him to do. And you know what I'm saying? Just and for KD to be like, well, now I want out. Like, damn, bro, like we didn't did everything. We didn't, I'm saying we signed you and let you sit the first year, you know what I'm saying? You was there. You come back, everything's good to go. I'm saying we went and got James Harden for you, went and got shit, DeAndre Jordan. They shouldn't even have signed him in the first place, but he initially came there with Kyrie and KD, like, so they was just saying like the people kind of looking at the organization like they the bad guys. But I ain't in this situation, I ain't necessarily gonna say that because I feel like they have been to their knees. So, but like I said, where is he gonna go? I don't know. They say 15 teams have literally called about him in the league. So hey, we'll see though. Let the games begin.
Joe, what were your thoughts?
Man, this should be honest. I don't believe that KD didn't talk to Kyrie. Like, I just don't believe that. Like, ain't no way he was sitting there all cool. They asked him about the Kyrie situation. He talking about, hey, I don't talk about people trying to get involved with people money. Kyrie decided to opt in, and then the next day, without talking to nobody, KD just like, I'm out. I don't believe that. He been riding for Kyrie all through the COVID situation. He went to Brooklyn because Kyrie his boy, but then now all of a sudden I guess he fed up over a week of Kyrie playing money games and bluffing trying to get paid. Like, come on, I don't believe. So this had to be something that was in the works. I really believe that. I really believe that they had this idea like, hey man, shit didn't work out. We don't like what's going on in Brooklyn. They not really doing what we want. We trying to run things here, but they fighting back with us. So let's just go our separate ways and try to get it and try to make it work. We still family. We still friends. This shit just not working here in Brooklyn. And I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to figure out a way to play together still, just somewhere else, but visible and unlikely.
Yes, I disagree with that last part, Joe. I thought you were leading right into the point there. The moment Kyrie opts in, that was when KD says I'm done. I think KD loves Kyrie as a human. I think KD's a little tired of being Kyrie's teammate. And this is not like a new thing with Kyrie now. And like outside of his vaccination bullshit that he was doing last year, like I'm a huge fan of Kyrie Irving playing basketball. Love watching him play. But look at it from Kevin Durant's perspective, right? Last year, if Kyrie Irving just gets the vaccine, which is like the most widely tested vaccine in human history at this point, James Harden probably never leaves, and that whole team coexist. And now I still don't think it would have worked with all three of them. Like I didn't like the basketball fit, but at least they would have gone down their way. I think Kevin Durant. And then you have this offseason, right? Kyrie is now playing games like, oh, I don't know, I might not opt in. Here's 6 teams I want you to trade me to if we can't come to a long-term deal. It's like, and then last thing, all right, fine, fuck it, I'll sign in for 1 year, and then we'll see what happens. I could see if you're Kevin Durant, like how that's just like, I'm just done with this situation. Like this, like we tried it. Still love you, Kyrie, but we don't need to be teammates anymore. Like that's. I mean, we all play sports to a different degree. Like one of my best friends, Marco, love him to death. Hate playing basketball with him. Don't want to be on his team. Can't fucking stand it.
He's taking every shot.
I like to shoot a lot. He likes to shoot a lot. Doesn't work, right? And like maybe like just those to his teammates is just not going to be the thing in the future. Let's talk about some of the other things that complicate the situation. So, because of the James Harden for Ben Simmons trade, Ben Simmons is currently on a rookie max extension. You are only allowed to trade for one player on a rookie max extension. So a lot of these players that the Nets are going to want for Kevin Durant, unless they also move Ben Simmons, they can't do it. So the issue there becomes like,
oh, he cut out.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I was waiting. I thought it was me for a second. I thought he was gonna glitch back in.
Yeah, he froze.
Yeah,
up.
it looks like it was him. And froze. Oh, my time was froze too for a second.
My time been moving.
Yeah, it just started moving again. Dang. I don't know what I think last time.
He'll be back.
Yup, he's gone. We'll be able to run it back again. We'll just leave. I don't remember what point he was making. There we go.
All right. I dropped out. I don't know what happened.
That was cool. You were talking about the max extension keys, extensions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the point being, like, for the Heat, they can't get Bam. For the Suns, it sounds like Ayton is holding out for a max. So DeAndre Ayton would presumably not be involved.
Zion. He just signed a max. Again, Trae Young is on a rookie max extension right now. There's hella people on it. Devin Booker. Who else?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Michael Porter Jr. for the Nuggets. Like, they can't get the. They want somebody. They're not gonna get some talent or potential back. Shea Gilgis,
Man,
like they can't get
keep going.
nobody. You're
KD
good.
might be
We
stuck
kept
though.
going. I don't. Yeah, we kept going. I listed a lot of those guys that you couldn't get.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
KD might be
man,
stuck
it's
though.
crazy.
For real, for real. It's I don't know. It's if I'm Brooklyn, I ain't gonna lie. Like it's KD, but I'm playing hardball a little bit because I don't, man. I mean, I don't know. Let's say they're in total rebuild, but I think with the roster, I ain't gonna say they in total rebuild. They can get somebody back.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I
Gonna be
mean, at some
tough.
point you gotta just take your best offer. I think, like,
Yeah,
if you're trying
Draft
to build around Ben Simmons,
picks.
like you're just gonna want some shooters and some other capable defenders. I think is kind of the way you would want to build your team. You want to build it similar to Milwaukee, how they build around Giannis. I
Yep.
think that's the type of players you would want.
Yes, sir. I have a take
Um,
for you,
all right,
but it would lead us into the Durante Murray conversations. So you want me to
we
save
can
it,
do
or
it.
you want me to
Go
just
for it.
we can
Let's
just
just
go
keep
for it?
going.
All right. So obviously the Spurs are trying to rebuild to get that guy from France, whatever the next Greek freak looking dude. The dude looked amazing on tape, but nonetheless, they traded Durante Murray obviously to the Hawks, which we're going to talk about later. But it's obvious Greg Popovich is a great coach. Do you really want a great coach to go through another tanking season like he did with Tim Duncan and go through all that process and tarnish his legacy? Why, if you're Sean Marks and you were Brooklyn Nets and you're trying to salvage the situation because it's going to be so hard for you to get some pieces, there's no limit on what you can coach. You throw everything you can at the Spurs and he can bring that culture and maybe that can keep the guys all together. Or is that too ridiculous?
That's interesting.
it is. Because damn, I didn't think of it. Ooh,
I
I
don't
don't
know
think.
if I don't know that I see
Because what
Kyrie
else would make
Irving
them want to stay?
really.
And you say
Do you think?
Steve Nash do the Magic Johnson and just walk away, resign.
Do you really think like Greg Popovich and Kyrie Irving is like a match made in heaven? Like, I don't know if that's going to be a thing to like keep them. Like, maybe it would work for KD and like that's good
He dealt with
enough.
them in the Olympics.
Yeah.
But
The Olympics,
I mean,
maybe
they
he dealt with
respect Pop though.
them in
Like
the Olympics.
Pop is
oh
like
yeah,
one
of
of the
course,
most
everyone's going to
well.
respect him.
Yeah, Pop. Yeah, like I've noticed like LeBron, everybody fuck with Pop, bro. Like they get knowledge and they still get advice like basketball wise from Pop when they can. So I mean, if any coach can do it, maybe it's him, but that's still kind of far fetched.
I mean,
If
I
you
think
ask
it's
me.
I think it's far fetched. It probably won't happen. I don't hate the
Yeah, it's
idea
gonna be a
though.
lot.
Yeah,
Like I definitely don't hate the idea because like you're saying, Joe, like
Hey,
if you could if you could just salvage Kevin Durant and say, all right, fuck it, Kyrie, get out of here. We'll get something for you. But we got KD, Ben Simmons, some shooters. That's still a good team. Like that's still a very viable team to contend in the East. I think if they just fill the roster out in a more sensible way than they have in the past, it's not a bad idea.
yeah.
But let's talk about Kyrie because there was some breaking news right before we hopped on here that a Kyrie Westbrook swap is
I didn't see.
being fairly heavily negotiated. So,
yeah.
Jeremy, let's have you start this one. What do you think of this? Like, is obviously I think we all would agree that this would be like the best possible case scenario for the Lakers this offseason. But what do you think of the other way? Like what Brooklyn would be getting out of this?
Um, my initial thought is it's not gonna work only because I don't think Brooklyn wants Russ. Let alone, I know KD probably doesn't want to play with Russ, and on top of that, him and Ben Simmons, almost the same to me at least. Like not exactly the same, but play styles are very similar. I don't know. Like for Lakers, it's great. For Brooklyn, it just comes down to how badly do you want to get rid of Kyrie? Are you willing to take on Russ's 47 mil Shit. Are you gonna keep
It's
Russ?
only 1 year though. Like it's only
Yeah, I
1
was
year. Like
saying.
if it blows up in your face, you can just say fuck it.
Yeah.
Going
So
free
I
agency.
mean, if they want to get rid of Kyrie, I mean, that probably will be the best way, and just take whatever the Lakers give you. I don't think the Lakers have. Initially, I didn't think the Lakers had enough to even give Brooklyn, because they truly don't. Honestly, they really don't. I don't think they have what Brooklyn's looking for. But Brooklyn just like, fuck it, like, give us a couple players, a couple first round draft picks, buy Kyrie. We'll just deal with Russ for a year. Cool. And but I don't think that's what the front office want though. So I think that trade is just as hard, or at least close as hard to pull off as the KD one almost. At least with that team, with the Lakers. Like other teams, maybe it'd probably be way easier, but with that team, I don't know. I just think the Lakers really want to get rid of Russ. So yeah.
Joe, what do you think? Being a current Laker fan for at least one more year. We lose Joe?
No, we just can't hear him.
Come on, my shit.
Oh, there we
All right,
go.
we hear
There
you
we go.
now.
I got you.
Can't hear you.
Hold on, there we go. My mic was muted for a second, and it kept. I couldn't. There we go.
Unbelievable.
All right, man. I think this is. I think this is a conversation. Like when you sit and think about it, like yo, the Indiana Pacers, the bum ass fighting every single year. Indiana wasn't gonna give Michael Brogdon up for Russell Westbrook in a first round pick, but you think you're gonna be able to trade Westbrook to the Brooklyn and get Kyrie? I just don't think working way too much just to get Kyrie. He going to like I don't think do that. I really don't. It don't make no sense. The draft picks you're gonna get if you give Kyrie AD at you're not getting the top 10 pick. So what's the point of you can draft and taking a first round pick, which you won't get 2025 anyway? So it just don't make no sense. Not realistic.
Well, I think
Only
that's
way
the
would
key
happen
there,
if it was
though,
a
right, Joe?
three-way trade and Westbrook ended up at a different.
But no, but your point of like it's going to be 2025. In 2025, LeBron and AD might, or LeBron and Kyrie might not be there, and it's just AD with whatever the Lakers can do with that roster. I mean, LeBron's only got one more year. Kyrie's only got one more year on his contract, so they might be like, yeah, Lakers in 2025 might fucking suck like the Pelicans used to suck with Anthony Davis. So, like that might be the plan. Like I think it's. What's interesting is like because this has been talked about for a while, like when Kyrie was initially like wanting his sign and trade. And at that point, to me, it did not make sense for Brooklyn because, I think Durant and Westbrook are probably like fine off the court and everything. I don't think they like dislike each other personally. I don't think KD and Russ necessarily wanted to play together again. But now that the Nets know that KD is gone, why not? Try it for a year. Like Russ can run the half court. Ben Simmons can run fast breaks and transition. And then put a bunch of shooters around him. Like I don't think that's a terrible way to build a team. They're a little redundant as they're both players that get the majority of their points right around the rim off of dribble drive. But I mean, at the end of the day, you fucked yourself. You played yourself by allowing this situation to fester and blow up in your face. So make the most of it, and this wouldn't be a terrible way to make the most of it. Now, the one thing that I see that's wild is there's some people talking about, well, the Lakers would prefer Seth Curry over Joe Harris in a trade that would send Kyrie. I'm like, all right, y'all getting greedy now. Just be happy.
I mean, why not though? I mean, if I'm Lakers,
you're not gonna be able to strong arm them when you're making them take Russell Westbrook's $47 million contract. You're not in. The Lakers are not the one in the power of position. The Lakers just missed the fucking playoffs. The Lakers were fucking trash. They're not in a position of power. Like you can ask, but
you can ask. Yeah.
The only way it makes sense to me is because I think Kyrie's player option is only $37 million, so there's a $10 million difference there. Maybe they need the salaries to match, and that's why they would do that. That's the only thing I can think of. But like, if you know KD's also leaving, you're going to be dumping salary anyway. So I don't get it. I don't know why they would give the Lakers anything else besides Kyrie Irving, because Kyrie Irving undoes
We
in a
need
big
it.
way the mistake they made last offseason. Well, yeah, I know the Lakers fucking won it, but it's not the Nets' job to do the Lakers GM's job. Like, it's not their it's not their problem.
I think
Rob Pelinka got to be
whether
good.
if it's Curry or Joe Harris, one of them got to be in that package. One of them. I say. I mean, I would take Joe.
You were just saying that you wouldn't do it if you were Brooklyn because you don't want Westbrook. Now you're saying that they should have
That's
to throw
true.
in
But I'm saying,
Kyrie and
saying
somebody.
like, hey, shit. Hey, look. If I'm Brooklyn, I personally wouldn't do it if I was Brooklyn. I need more.
Bro,
or
don't hurt to ask.
Maybe. Yeah. I'm saying, that's all I'm saying. It don't hurt to ask. Like, if I'm Brooklyn, fuck that. We finna do this. We finna get a third team involved. Three-team trade might work, but just straight up like that, nah. But if I'm the Lakers, hell yeah, I need Joe or I need Curry in that package.
I would not do anything that made the Nets hang up the phone with me when I might be able to actually get Kyrie Irving off of them. But all right, let's talk about the other big trade that happened, or one of the other big trades that happened. It's been a busy past couple days. The Utah Jazz are potentially blowing it up. Rudy out of there.
I don't
Traded to the T-Wolves
understand.
for a fucking haul. I need to talk to somebody from Minnesota to understand what's going on here. But I wrote the notes down of what they all traded. So the Timberwolves traded 4 first-round picks, Pat Bev, Malik Beasley, Walker Kessler, Jared Vanderbilt, who I really liked, and Leandro Palmero.
Yeah.
Wait, they traded 4 first rounds?
4
first-round picks, 3 unprotected, meaning if they fucking suck, it doesn't matter. They're not getting it. And then 1 is top 5 protected.
I didn't even know
Then
that.
this is the part that really blows my mind, because this is honestly, I got worried as a Heat fan that still is hoping that they can pull off the trade for KD. I'm sitting there thinking, these geniuses, they're about to now flip Karl Anthony Towns for Kevin Durant. Then a report comes out today that says they were engaged with Brooklyn, but would not part with Karl Anthony Towns for Kevin Durant. I'm just like, Minnesota, this was your chance. You had KG, you couldn't do it with him. Like, and now and you won't part with Karl Anthony fucking Towns to get Kevin Durant to pair with Anthony Edwards. And I mean, I don't think that highly of Gobert, but still, like, as another key defensive piece,
Cat would have been out of there.
Jeremy
D'Angelo Russell.
Go. Yeah, still had D'Lo.
Yeah, Cat would have been up out of there. I ain't gonna lie. Cat would have been up out of there, but I mean, hell, first off, I didn't even know they gave up that much for Rudy. Rudy is not worth that shit.
Hall of Famer.
I wouldn't give up a second round pick for Rudy Gobert.
Bro, 4? On top of that, he gave up 4 picks. 4 picks
well,
for 4 players. Like,
let's be real, it's actually 5 because they gave up Walker Kessler, who was a first round pick.
Who they just took in the first round.
Okay,
last week.
Like, bro, that's
like top
is he Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Ben Simmons? Is he like them? Because that's like one of them type of packages. Like, I don't think Rudy's worth that shit, but hey.
I hope to God they called Brooklyn first and said, would this get Kevin Durant instead of sending it for fucking Rudy Gobert? Like, oh my God.
And I don't even think I don't even think Utah necessarily blowing it up. Kind of sort of, because Joe's not there no more. What's his name?
They traded Royce O'Neal for a first round pick from Brooklyn.
So they got Donovan, they got Conley. So yeah, they kind of blowing it up, I guess. Now that Rudy's gone, but yeah, for that, I mean, they got back some quality players. I would definitely say that
they got a bunch of really nice players to fill out a contending roster.
Facts.
Unfortunately for them, they no longer have a contending roster.
So, but they never had it. I say Timberwolves fucked that up though, like, cause y'all got rid of all. Cause people like, I seen a post like, it posted they starting lineup or whatever. It was like the Timberwolves are going to be what in the West. I'm like, shit, 8, maybe 7.
Right. Yeah. What seed is
Like,
this team or something? Yeah. I
bro,
don't know. Probably in
that
the playing game again. Like I don't know.
getting Rudy is not. I'm interested to see how him and Cat even gonna work. Like, honestly, because
yeah,
that's not.
not no
It's not
space.
like how right, yeah, it's not like how AD and Boogie when they play together. That's different. Like you got two dudes who don't clog up the paint necessarily. One can be in the paint.
Well,
They can.
and
You know what I'm
at the
saying?
time when that trade happened, those were two elite players, like
And they should. I
scoring,
ain't gonna
like
lie. They should have
everything.
stayed together. Like that, I would have
That's
loved.
when Boogie started getting all
Scoring
the bad injuries, the
elite.
Achilles, and like
Cause that was crazy. Like when them two got together, I was like, damn, that's low key. Like, but they didn't stay together. But Rudy and Cat, I would love to see how it's gonna work. I'm eager to see how that's gonna work.
Joe. What'd you think?
Bro, this ain't the 80s. That shit not gonna work. You got them big ass dudes that can't do shit. I don't understand it. Like, Karl Anthony Towns
Especially
ain't
Rudy.
that dude offensively every single night. Defensively, he ain't that dude. He's soft. Rudy Gobert in the playoffs, you know what? You're gonna isolate him and take advantage of him, and then Cat gonna be at perimeter because that's what he like to do. So then it's gonna be the same thing all over again. You know, it really don't make sense when you look at last year with Memphis Grizzlies. They was a good team. Playoffs. They played Golden State. They was a little competitive. They saw, okay, we got some things here. They kept their squad together, added a couple pieces, made little small trades to get role players around Ja. Timberwolves say, ooh, we made the playoffs. We made a nice little run in the playoffs. Let's blow it all up. Add a piece that don't bring no offense to us, gonna help us defensively, but we're gonna get rid of all that help us here. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's just dumb. It's a dumb move. I mean, man, it's shocking. First of all, 4 first-round picks for Rudy Gobert. First of all, first-round picks for somebody who's not gonna give you more than 10 points a game. Don't make no damn sense to me in this NBA. Makes no. That's exactly why they're the T Wolves, and they're gonna continue to be the T Wolves. It is what it is.
And
What sucks is I love watching Anthony Edwards. Like I love watching
Me
Anthony
too.
Edwards
Yes.
play, and like I'm just like, God damn, man! Like, why can't y'all just be normal? Just be normal.
The paint for them.
They were a decent defensive team too. Like they had some solid defenders.
It's like they looked at their team and said, let's take all the little things away that turned us into a playoff team and
yeah,
cash it all in for something. And instead of cashing in for anything that was worth a damn, they went and got Rudy fucking Gobert.
that shit.
I'm trying to understand when they get to the playoffs, how many minutes a game do they realistically think? I think they'll get there, but I like how many minutes a game do they realistically think that they can play Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert together in the playoffs? How 5?
20
maybe?
minutes? Yeah, 20 minutes would be way too much. Yeah.
Like imagine if they had to play like Golden State. You damn near can't even play them either one at all. Like Golden State would play them both off the court. And then you're wasting what, 40% of your salary on players that can't even play in the most like you just watch Golden State win. They're not going to go away. So imagine if they played Phoenix and you got Chris Paul manipulating both of them.
I ain't gonna lie, but if they play Phoenix though, at least if they were smart, they would be able to control the paint if they were smart.
I mean, everyone always says that, but like I feel like size gets so overrated when it comes to
you get on that island.
Half of rebounding is want to. Half of it is want to. If you you took away their best rebounder. Jared Vanderbilt was their best rebounder. He got offensive rebounds. He was always active. And Gobert will get rebounds. Like I'm not gonna say that's like a net loss in rebounding. Obviously, but offensively to make that work, you're gonna try and turn Karl Anthony Towns into the Cleveland version of Kevin Love. Just stand out on the perimeter. Like you're taking away like what should be his most consistent way of getting points is playing in the paint, getting to the foul line. You're gonna turn him just into like almost purely a 3-point shooter for Rudy fucking Gobert. I will not
Good
just
luck.
not. Yeah, good luck.
Good
Thank you for
luck.
ruining. Thank you for ruining a good like a fun team to
So
watch.
dumb.
Good fucking luck with that.
Now let's talk about a trade that actually made me even more mad than that one because this directly impacts the East, and I
It's
just
so
I don't
ridiculous.
know. I don't know what the Pacers are doing. But Malcolm Brogdon was traded to the Celtics for Daniel Tice, Aaron Nesmith. I need the list to remember the Malik Fitz, Nick Stauskas, who I at least remember from Michigan briefly, Juwan
Right?
Morgan,
Who the
and
fuck
a first
is
round pick.
Juwan Morgan?
I don't know.
What are you
They
doing?
pretty much just gave him away. But I mean, on the Celtics part, that's one hell of a pickup. Like that just made them even better. Like real shit. Like I think I seen something
Not
saying
happy
that now
about it.
they the favorites now to win the title next year.
Hell
Some
yeah, it
bullshit.
should be.
Yeah,
I don't know
that
about that,
Brogdon.
but
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
At least the
But
East.
Brog,
The East.
they
I
should
give him the
be
East maybe.
at
Yeah,
least like co-favorites with Milwaukee to come out the East.
East. Yeah, say that. But I don't know. That's one hell of a pickup. That was good. Then they got Gallinari too. They finna get Gallinari when he get
Yeah, once he gets bought out, he's gonna.
That's Gallinari can still hoop. So that I'll definitely take him.
I agree.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
only thing
So
I don't mind the Gallinari pickup because he's such a liability defensively, and I think the thing that makes the Celtics, if you want to say like their superpower was their defense.
He's gonna play
So
23 minutes a game. Like
he gonna
no,
be he
yeah,
gonna
right.
be like he gonna be clutching the play. I think playoffs he gonna get enough minutes to where he
he'd
can.
be
You know what I'm
Peyton
saying?
Pritchard's. That's what he's gonna take.
Yeah. Because Gallinari he more than just a shooter, bro. He always been more than just a shooter. He can
No, yeah,
he
you
can
got
get
good mid-range game. He can get to the
yeah
lane. Gets fouled more than you would think he would.
yeah
But yeah, Joe,
he got
what was your kind of initial thoughts on this one?
Man, the Pacers make no sense. I don't understand what they're doing. Like the Celtics made it to the championship. They were in the finals, and everybody said the one thing they need is a true point guard who can set up the offense and control the tempo. Pacers gave him exactly that. I don't understand. I just don't understand. So now you tell me you got Brogdon, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Robert Williams. First of all, that's some defense right there, and that's some buckets. Like the liability right there really is Marcus Smart offensively because Robert Williams gonna get rebounds. If he in the right spot, he not in foul trouble. You gonna be able to throw hoops to him. He gonna be dunking. It just as long as Robert Williams can learn from this season and stay out of foul trouble, they gonna be lethal next year because now they got a point guard. It makes no sense for the Pacers whatsoever. Ever since they got Rick Carlisle there, it looks like they just if you don't agree with what Rick Carlisle likes and his culture, he gonna get rid of you, and it don't matter what it costs because this is a dumbass trade to me. It makes no sense whatsoever. Like I don't, man. Yeah, Michael Brogdon a good ass player, and you could have had Russell Westbrook and Taylor Horton Tucker. Who at least two people who can do a little something.
You know Rick Carlisle's not going for Russ.
Yeah,
You already know that ain't happening.
Yeah, that's what that is. You're right.
Rick Carlisle wants his point guard to be acting as him on the court. He does not want any point guard that's going to try and go off script even the slightest. That's why it works so well with him with Jason Kidd. You look a lot of the people when he was in Dallas, he got rid of a lot. Like Dennis Smith Jr. looked like he was having a good start to his career and then kept clashing with Rick Carlisle. Yeah, he can be a control freak. This pissed me off so much. One, because Michael Brogdon is one of my favorite role player type guys in the league, and I've wanted the Heat to be able to land him for a long time. Look who it is.
Yes, sir. Was good.
Dev, we have talked.
This boy just woke up from a nap. He
drama.
just wiped his eyes.
Right.
This boy woke up from a nap. Got cotton mouth and everything. That's why he drinking water. This boy was knocked out. I see the
I got
drool.
family over here. You are here.
So, Dev, we're talking about the Brogdon the giveaway that the Pacers just did with Boston. No one understands it. We're trying to make some sense of it, but I'm currently talking about how just annoyed I am because I've wanted him on the Heat for like 3 years now, and he just went to like my second least favorite team in the whole fucking NBA. So just not real happy about it. And like Joe was saying, this was the player they needed. Like this was the exact type of player they needed. A point guard that could not let shit get out of control, could handle the ball, not do dumb shit. He spaces the floor well, knocks down threes, like 90% free throw shooter. He's everything Boston needed. And the one thing that I thought was interesting though that came out after this trade was they were saying they view him as a six man, not as a starter. Like they still want to play Horford and Williams together with Smart, Tatum, Brown. I don't know if that's just posturing and like that's just how they're gonna start the year because they don't want to take anybody starting or after a trip to the finals. I don't know. But that is what they said. But Dev, welcome. What are your thoughts on Malcolm Brogdon going to the Celtics for a piece of gum?
But somebody paying somebody. Like I don't even saw like how they pass up like our deal, like other people's deals for that.
That's what I'm saying. I was arguing
Like,
with so many. I'm in this
I don't get it.
this Heat group chat on Twitter, and I'm just sitting there like there's no way in hell that the Pacers shop this. And they're like, well, what do you mean? This is the best you get. No one values Brogdon. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. No one values Brogdon. I was like, you're telling me if Pat Riley knew that he could have got some fucking Malcolm Brogdon for like Duncan Robinson and a first round pick, he wouldn't have fucking done that in a heartbeat. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, there's no way that they actually shop that around. No way.
Nah, that's why I'm like, man, Larry Bird, somebody, he got.
Is he still there? Is Larry Bird still part of? I'm looking that up.
I think he might be.
I thought he was.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a book.
If he is, and I need Dwayne Wade to send Donovan Mitchell right now.
Y'all getting him. I told you that's who y'all gonna get. That's who they're gonna end up getting.
Who?
Mitchell.
So it sounds like he stepped down as president, but as a consultant.
Look, anything possible now, bro. Told he stepped down and he got. I told you, I just think, bro, man, I just think people friends call them friends, man. Cause like Boston gave away that trash ass package for Brogdon. Boy, that don't even make sense. Like, man, I just think everybody hate us. I ain't gonna lie.
Dumb, man.
If that's the case, I need to see what the Pacers talking about for Buddy Hield. Then shit, let us get Buddy Hield. Fuck it.
Steak dinner.
Hey,
500. You know, yeah, got it.
Hey, Buddy Hield got chopped.
And Miles Turner is probably available as well. That's where I'm like.
So if the right team get Miles Turner,
probably.
Bro,
second round pick, that get the job done here. Second round pick for Miles Turner.
Shit, they gave a first round pick. Like, what is that first round pick gonna do?
A first round pick from the team that just went to the fucking finals.
Yeah, what's that gonna do?
Congratulations. Congratulations on drafting the next guy from Europe that may or may not come over. Great job.
Boy,
franchise.
I told you I'm dreaming. After that, I get to be a fan. I told you, until something proves me wrong, we can get everybody.
Right. Hold on, Devion. We do need your reaction though. The whole Kevin Durant thing. I can't not have your reaction to the Kevin Durant requested trade. He's not going to LA.
We gotta let him get some.
Hey, look. Celtics got Brogdon. We can get KD and Kyrie. I knew that was, bro. Look, I've been saying it. They wasn't gonna get the job done in Brooklyn. They not. I guess he ain't like how they treated his boy Kyrie. They probably gonna get shipped out together if they can.
All right, Devion, let me throw this at you because I threw this at Joe. Joe kind of seemed to think more like you, where they, if they could work it out, they would go play with each other again. I don't think it's a coincidence that the day after that Kyrie opted in, KD said he wanted out. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think Durant's kind of done playing with Kyrie. I think he still loves Kyrie as a human being. I think he does not want to play basketball with him anymore because of the past year and everything that transpired, basically because of Kyrie actions, decision or non-decision. So I want to kick that to you. I gave the example earlier.
James
Our
Harden
boy
was unsafe,
Marco,
too.
love him to death. I hate playing basketball on DeMarco's team.
I feel
I
you.
think it's the same. I
I
think it's the
agree,
same
Joe.
type of situation.
I think KD. I mean, he still would have been there. But go ahead, Devin.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I don't know. If he didn't, I think he just used it as a way to get out. I don't think none of them wanted to be. Harden was the first smart man to get out.
Hey, y'all owe my man an apology.
Yeah.
Y'all owe Harden an apology, dog.
He
For
was the
what?
first
What
one to
the
get out.
fuck
He
do I
still
owe John
ass.
an
Hold
apology
on.
for?
Hold on. I'm glad
After
Devion. I'm glad
13
you got.
points a game?
Hey,
13
Devion.
points
I'm
a
glad you. I'm glad you joined us. Hold
Boy,
on.
hell no, I don't owe that boy an apology for
Y'all owe my
nothing.
man an apology
Oh
because
man,
he
boy,
got
he
up out
was-
there. Look, when
First
he
of
got
all,
tra- hold on.
no, Brooklyn Nets fans owe me an apology. Because I said they never
How?
should have traded for his dumbass in the first place. If
It
they
was
still
all
had Jared Allen,
good.
Karis LeVert, and all those players, they'd be in a lot better position than
Hey,
trading
look.
for James Harden right now.
Look,
They'd be
the
much
problem-
more
but see-
set up.
But like I tell you, the problem wasn't with them on the they first year that they every time one came back, another one got hurt. Literally, they couldn't stay on the fucking court.
Well, that organization trash.
James,
You give them.
James Harden got the fuck up out of there. People was like, oh, he isn't. I'm like, okay. Now it's KD going to get the fuck up out of there. I said, bro, y'all owe my man a. Obviously, he knew some shit was going on, or something was going on within the
I
organization.
never blamed James Harden for wanting to get out of there. I never
Like,
blamed him for
He
it.
got a lot of blame for leaving Brooklyn,
I
bro.
don't know
Like,
why.
I
he
never
got a
blamed
lot
him
of
for it
blame
because
for leaving
I
Brooklyn.
would have been pissed at Kyrie myself. I've been like,
And I-
bruh.
And I love Kyrie. Like, I
Fuck
love
outta
Kyrie
here.
as a
James
player, but
Harden had an
I stare.
injured hamstring for 2 years.
But he didn't get a chance to rehab it for real. He only had like 2.5 months to
ignore that?
rehab it.
We go ahead.
No, I mean he was out of shape.
No, I'm
don't
with
get
you.
me
I'm
wrong.
not apologizing to the guy that just got bounced and averaged 13
Hey,
points a game while his
look.
co-star was playing with a broken face and a torn ligament in his thumb.
I'm talking
Bro,
about
I'm not apologizing to that motherfucker.
before the Philly. That's cool. I'm gonna get my apology when next season. I'm gonna get my apology when he bounced back and get, you know what I'm saying. But
Hey,
fuck all that. Like in general, I said in general,
When he
like
paid $12 million.
Kyrie busted up the big three in Brooklyn, bro. Like
You sure
I
did.
think, like personally, like I fuck with Kyrie as a player. But
No,
bro,
he didn't.
like Joe said, or even like Will said, had he played, if Kyrie didn't would have got vaccinated, would have played the whole season, even with KD going down for them couple weeks and shit. If Kyrie would have played, bro, I don't think Harden would have left. Like I'm not saying that's the reason
No, I
Harden
agree.
left. I'm not. It's other shit to why he
Like
left.
if it's just
That was-
injuries that like derailed their season, like I don't
Yeah,
think
bro.
anybody wants out. But the moment that like Harden's out there, like damn, I'm trying to carry this team, and you're just sitting there chilling because of a decision, like.
Because it happened the first year. The first year they was together. Remember, Kyrie missed some game. Harden was a stretch where Harden played without Kyrie and without KD and held them up himself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like,
Kyrie has been Kyrie. Ain't nothing changed. They knew
Oh yeah,
what they
see
were
that's
getting
what
into.
that's
their
I
fault.
will
That's the
say that for
organization
Kevin Durant and
Yeah.
the Nets. Yes, you knew exactly what you were getting. Kyrie is going to be Kyrie. If
Yeah.
there's one thing that we all know, he is going to be authentically himself.
KD
James Harden didn't ask for it though. James Harden got
Yeah.
traded there.
Yeah. That's why I say he get. That's one you say
He
right
asked
there.
out of Houston.
That's
I would
different.
have
Well,
asked
yeah,
out
I
of
mean, yeah,
Houston,
he
too.
was a
That's
bum
different.
for that. He basically was admitting that he can't do it by himself, which is fine.
Who would have wanted to be in Houston anyway? Like,
Bro, at that time, bro,
I ain't gonna get on
that
Houston.
team was over with, bro. Like Clint was gone, Westbrook wanted out.
I mean, Harden kept running off his
Yeah.
fucking co-stars. He ran off Chris Paul, then he ran off Westbrook. Like, then
First
it didn't
off,
work
Chris
with,
Paul already has
First
a
off,
reputation. Chris
thank
Paul
you.
got a reputation of being a bad teammate anyway. If you want to be honest, I ain't gonna care.
Who?
Fuck Chris Paul.
From who?
People with the Clippers.
Jeremy, it don't even matter if he gonna be a bad team. He just can't get the job done. Harden seen that. We don't want to get on that bomb.
First of all, Chris
So-
Paul and James Harden, when it comes to getting the job done in the playoffs, they're one and the same.
Okay, that's
They're gonna leave you disappointed either way.
But Chris Paul
Putting
don't
them
get
both together, maybe those are gonna like cancel each other out, and then they'd start fucking actually.
I'm just saying, like
doing some
Harden ain't
shit,
ran
but-
off. Harden didn't run off everybody, bro. Because the only person I say he run off maybe was Dwight. Because Dwight was hurt, and Dwight was hurt half the fucking season when he had that's the season where Curry won his first MVP, and Harden had the Houston Rockets in the second seed without Dwight Howard for at least 50 games. He literally missed half the fucking season playing with Trevor Ariza, all them damn
scorers. Averaged like 12 or 14 points.
Bro, and he had Houston the second seed, and we lost to Warriors in the Western Conference Finals that year. But
yeah,
I can say Dwight Howard might be the only one he actually kind of ran off, but
he was trash. He was on his last leg.
Chris Paul was hurt. Chris Paul was cool. They first year together, everybody said it wouldn't work. Him and Chris Paul was cool. Chris Paul get hurt in the fucking playoffs when you need him the most. We know the rest of the story. Russell Westbrook was cool. They traded Clint, which I think was the dumbest trade in fucking history. But you trade Clint.
I still like that. I thought they would have had a good shot if that was the bubble season, right?
That was the only that was the only big we had.
When they got back to the bubble,
the only big that we have though, bro.
No, I like
the only big. No, bro.
But they weren't getting killed on boards. Like they were losing the rebounding battle, but it wasn't as bad as you would have thought playing a bunch of guys.
It cost them in the playoffs.
It cost us.
They got hurt. They got hurt.
They were tired because they got beat up all year long because they were.
We lost.
They were not tired. Boy, they got 3 months off in the regular fucking season before the bubble. They weren't fucking tired.
We played the Lakers in the second round either in the bubble. We got lost in 5 because you know why? The Lakers finally got smart. Was like, oh, Mike D'Antoni, you want to put PJ Tucker on AD 101?
Bodybuild, boy.
We killed this nigga.
Hey, only time in Anthony Davis' career he decided to play the way he should have been playing.
Yes, which was smart. We lost in 5, but I was just like, how the fuck we don't have a big? Like we don't have a big. That trade was just dumb, bro. But
all right, we're moving on. Yeah. We're moving on. Yeah. We talked about it last episode. It was probably going to happen. It did happen. The more we talked about it, the more I liked it for the Hawks. But DeJounte Murray is now a Hawk. Gallinari got bought out. Is going to go to the Celtics. We kind of already discussed that, so we don't need to talk about that bum, stupid fucking team anymore. Atlanta.
Thanks.
Jeremy, what do you think? We all kind of kicked it around last time when we thought this might happen. But what do you think of this from the Hawks' perspective, getting DeJounte Murray?
I mean, they get a really good player. They definitely get a really good player. I kind of didn't understand it because they already have a point, so I guess Murray's going to be playing the 2. But I mean, they get a good player though. Like I didn't understand the trade. I'm like, bro, y'all, because honestly, the Hawks really had they got rid of Herter and Gallinari, but Hawks, they roster actually I like. You know what I'm saying? They got pretty good use. They got some vets. I'm not really mad at none of the moves that they made. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't expect them to get rid of some of the players that they did because they actually were good, but they got a good player though. I want to see. It's kind of like how with the fucking Gobert and Cat shit. I want to see how Murray and Trey coexist in the backcourt.
All right, so I'll tee this one up then for the rest of the conversation. So
I like that.
They got rid of Herter as well. They're bringing in Mo Harkless, Justin Holiday, and I think they got a first-round pick for Herter. So my theory before this was they are looking at this because they are reacting to what happened in the playoffs. They saw Trae Young getting picked up full court, a lot of issues. He had a tough time in the playoffs. So now instead of having a 6-foot guy, they have a 6'8" guy that they can now default to that should be able to help beat a lot of those issues that other teams would probably look to expose with the Hawks moving forward. Your point with Herter and Gallinari, they were pretty redundant. I think what we basically have seen with this is that they have determined that Bogdanović is the best of the 3, going to move forward with Bogdanović. Yeah. So they're eliminating a bunch of the redundancy and getting more versatile players like Justin Holiday, who's a great defensive player, Mo Harkless, a good defensive player, very versatile defensively. So I think that's kind of the strategy. What I want to ask you guys now, and Joe, I'm going to let you start. Where does this put the Hawks in the East? Does this put them towards the top, in the middle, or are they still kind of in the play-in range?
Man, they between the middle and the play-in game. They're right there. That 6-7. Okay. That's exactly where they are. They're gonna be a nice team. They obviously, like you said, they're going for defense. they decided that Trae Young, Bogdanovich, and that's enough offense. They think that was like, we don't need no offense, we need more thing because Trae Young is obviously a liability defensively. Now you add those guys in, you got more defense, you got a better bench defensively as well. You know you're gonna get the points. You got a 6'8" point guard out there who can spell Trae Young when he's getting pulled up, and he don't have to freaking shoot the ball and get beat up like he did against the Knicks, going to the line 20 times a game, getting beat up throughout a series. At least you got somebody else who can take some of that pressure off of him. But besides that, it don't move the needle for me. Like Durant Murray, I'm about to see like, okay, you was flirting with a triple double every night with the Spurs, but now the Spurs, you knew you was playing with bums. That was you the dude. But now you playing with Trae Young, you're gonna get the ball a little bit less. Let's see what you can do. Like it just don't really move the needle to me when I see who they're gonna have to go up against. Like the Celtics, the Heat, and the Bucks. It don't really move the needle to me that much.
Jeremy, what about you?
About the same. I agree. They about between 5th and 8th, or 5th and playing. I'm gonna say they
Okay.
can. Yeah, it's pretty much Joe pretty much hit it right on the nail. Unless they just take off and surprise
Another thing
everybody.
we should mention is John Collins is probably on his way out, and they will probably get something for John Collins, but we
I
don't
like
know what that
John
is yet.
Collins. I like
Yeah,
John Collins. I think
Yeah,
they
but
should
they gotta
keep
shop
him.
him. I think they shop him. They go get some good pieces for him.
Yeah.
He just ain't end up being who I thought he'd be for them. He's a dope player, but I just don't. I think they got their use out of him. So, but
I
yeah,
agree.
I think they cool, man. I ain't gonna lie, that was a good trade. It's like a lesser version of like Dame and CJ. It ain't obviously the same thing, but like
To me, it's
Ooh,
a better version of Dame and
you know,
CJ, but
it's
that's
just
just me.
like you know what I'm
really?
saying because
You
Okay,
can't say
because
it's better yet. You gotta see it
Cause,
first.
yeah, because that's why I said
that's I
like
gotta
when I
see.
see it, cool, but I can't just say it because it's them. But bro, Trae Young was getting killed. Now you got
That's
Durant.
why I love
Yeah,
it.
I'm telling you,
That's
bro,
why I love it.
that triple double go come in handy because it's gonna be it's gonna be a bunch of 1-on-1. You can't stand in front of him. You know, so the Hawks already made it
That's
there
fair.
without a player like him. Now they got a player like him. They easily should be in the playoffs. They get out of the first round. They got somebody like him.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say
So
easily just because of how
yeah,
good the East is.
yeah, but it
Because
changed
I
a
mean, because
lot.
just think
Though.
about it though.
You
Think
know what
about
I'm
it.
saying?
The Celtics went to the finals. They got better. The
Bigger.
Heat
Yeah.
have mostly remained the same so far. Gotten a little
Right
worse
now.
losing PJ to Philly, but obviously if they get Kevin Durant, that's a whole game changer. Milwaukee is still Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee should be
Yeah, they
co-favorites with
cool.
Boston. Like they're still great. That's 3 right there. Then you got Philly. They're gonna most likely, unless something crazy
Forgot about
happens, have
Philly.
Harden back. Harden back with a full offseason with Embiid. Like they're gonna. I don't expect them to do anything in the playoffs, but they're gonna win regular season games,
Top 3
like
in the
for
regular
sure.
season. Probably top 3 regular season.
So then you got the Bulls who had a good season last year. See what they
Yeah.
do to kind of fill in their roster a little bit. That's 5.
They out
Now
of there.
Okay.
that's where I
Hey,
think
there we go.
that's where I think Atlanta kind of. I think Atlanta's ceiling is probably with Philly and Chicago, and that kind of what I would call the second
Yeah, it's
tier of
tough.
the.
Yeah, they 5 through
Yeah.
8. No lie, they 5 through 8. But in the
I think
playoffs,
they're solidly
it's
above the
really
play-in. Like I think they're
yeah.
solidly above teams like Charlotte or Washington
Facts.
or I'm trying to even think.
Don't say
I'm
don't
No, I'm not
say the
talking about the.
Knicks.
I'm not. No, that's a team that's not even going to be in the play-in game.
Did
Who
one
else is
thing
there?
right.
Seriously,
They did one thing right.
who else is there?
I give them
Cavs.
the Knicks.
Oh, what about the Cavs? The Cavs gonna be
I think
good
I think
still.
they're better than the
Oh
Cavs.
yeah, Cavs. Yeah,
They
Cavs,
did
I forgot
re-sign
about that.
Rubio, good move for them. But I think this definitely puts the Hawks above the Cavs,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah. Ooh,
I'll
I
have to
don't
see.
know.
Nobody
I'll have
thought
to
the
see
Cavs
Cavs
was
what
gonna be a
the.
4 seed last year though.
They dropped toward the end of the season, but Cavs, I like them.
They got hurt.
That
They
was
got hurt.
injuries.
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
hurt.
injuries.
Yeah, they got
That
hurt.
was it.
No, the
I
Cavs
like
might surprise me. I think the Hawks underperformed a little bit last year. I think they were really better than we saw. They beat the
Agreed.
Cavs
No,
in the
that's an
playing game.
understatement. Yeah, I didn't expect for the Hawks to be in the playing game last year. I thought they would easily make the playoffs.
Here's
Me
here's
too.
why I like the move so much because I personally love defensive versatility. So along with the Herter trade, adding in a guy like Mo Harkless,
Switching
who's not going to be a big factor offensively, but he can guard about 1 through 4, maybe even 1 through 5, in a pinch, depending on who the 5 is. So I like that. DeJounte Murray, 1 through 3 for sure, probably 1 through 4 on most teams. That's 2 key pieces to have with a Trae Young, who we know even he could be 3 of 18, game on the line. Trae Young's still probably going to wet that bitch. Like Trae Young has earned that kind of reputation.
Yep.
They still got Capella. Trae Young Capella connection, pick and roll has been easy go-to for them when they need a bucket.
Murray and Clint,
Murray and Clint's gonna be nice as well, and I'm
Yeah.
excited to see
Tell
more
you
Trae
what.
Young off the ball. I think that's gonna be exciting. So I think the Hawks have a pretty high
Move
ceiling. I
like
think
that.
they're gonna by the end of the year. I think we'll be talking about them as a team that could be like a dark horse to compete in the East in the playoffs.
the Spurs,
I don't expect them to beat anybody, but
that's
to
a
beat the
fact.
top teams. But I think they're gonna be similar to how we were talking about the Bulls this year.
Yeah, the
be my
Spurs
guess.
developed him. That's the sauciest player that he has probably in our whole lifetime. They developed him into the player we needed him to be. Now he can showcase offensively. Like, I'm just being real. Like he players like him don't play for the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? But they developed him. He did well. He gonna go in there. He gonna really, man. It's about to be all types of offense, lobs, dimes, 2020. It's about to be crazy for them, man. And I don't think they done either. Watch, I'm telling you. And they gonna shop. I think they gonna shop John Collins, and
Yeah,
then
they
when
are.
they
They
come
are.
back, you
John
know what I'm saying? Then
Collins-
it would be cool. Watch.
John Collins is just they're gonna wait until like the KD, the Kyries, like those guys move and see who kind of misses out on some of those players. Because I guarantee you, if the Heat strike out on Kyrie, KD, and Donovan Mitchell, they're gonna want John Collins. They're gonna
Yeah.
want to upgrade
Yep.
their especially with PJ Tucker leaving. They could get another nice little piece from the Heat in that trade. I think,
Yeah,
depending on
Yeah,
what
he
like
will talk about the Heat all the time.
just even like a Duncan Robinson. Just saying, they've been linked. But let's talk about the Heat some more. One of the big surprises, something that was linked to your guys' Lakers. Everyone was telling me on Twitter. Everyone was telling me on Twitter that Oladipo is going to be a Laker.
I never believe that.
I didn't see that. I didn't
I
see
saw a
that.
lot of it. I saw the
didn't
Lakers were
see
the
that.
favorite to get him
I
because they
didn't
were
see
the only
that at
team.
all.
Because they were the only team that was going to be willing to give him the full mid-level exception. That was what I was reading on Twitter.
Only
Didn't
team was
believe that.
desperate enough. Only team desperate.
That's what that
But-
sounded like. If we did that, that would have been the best.
Oladipo resigns.
Hey,
Facts.
That'd have
Why
been a
would
solid
you
move for y'all. That'd have been a solid move for y'all.
But we don't. We like.
not at that price though.
Yeah, we
11
We
million.
got Westbrook already.
Yeah.
man. We got look. Oladipo is cool. Don't get me wrong. I think when he plays, he's dope. But we got too
Y'all
many
could use somebody
liabilities.
that actually wants to play defense.
Yeah,
on
but
your-
we
on
got
your
too
team.
many liabilities. If he gets hurt, we back to
That's fair.
Yep,
you
exactly.
know what I'm
Can't
saying.
handle
So
that.
it's just like if we
Ah,
had
yeah,
more
we-
pieces, I'd love to take that risk on him because I think you can play him 15 minutes a game. We'll get what we need out of him.
We can't afford
us-
risks.
Yeah, we need 20, 25 minutes out of every play we get.
All right, I just want to kick it around real quick. We're going to go through some of these kind of lesser signings like this to just see. I personally don't use a lesser signing, but I want to see you guys have any thoughts on it. Does this do anything for you? Move the needle at all? Do you expect anything for Oladipo next year? Quickly, Jeremy.
I think same thing. I think he gonna contribute to y'all as long as he stay healthy.
Devion.
Ask that again. Sorry, I was
Andre
thinking about my
Do
baby.
you think Oladipo is a needle mover for the Heat next year with the full off season now where he's not rehabbing?
Yep. Because if he actually plays, that was something that y'all was missing. Because you saw a little flashes of him in the playoffs. Now, if he actually becomes Oladipo and starts playing the way he needs to play, y'all don't have a lot of those offensive struggles that y'all had. So I think that's a good little move. And look, 1 year, if it don't work out this time, hey, y'all try get him out of here. So
Fair
I
enough.
think it's worth it.
Joe.
Still relevant when he healthy and he can play some games consistently. Until then, I don't give a damn. He's not that dude no more. It is what it is. It'd be a nice story if it happens, but I don't see it happening.
What this tells me is I think this means the Heat are all in on trading. Probably Hero along with Lowry and
Damn,
probably
Hero,
Duncan.
that's your boy though. They gonna trade Hero?
After this year, he needs to go.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's gonna cost too much.
I mean, I like Hero, but the whole thing with Oladipo was that he wanted to be able to play and wanted to start.
Right.
Where's the starting spot?
I should give Hero fucking Duncan Robinson contract. Shit.
If we Hero gonna make way more than Duncan Robinson's 18.
I'm saying though, Hero should be. If y'all can flip those contracts, I'm pretty sure y'all would.
The reports are that there is already an extension agreed upon in theory. It's just a matter of if he's going to be traded. Hero will get 5 years. The same max extension for the rookies of Hero's class. He's the same. The Brogdon, like all that.
Hero gonna get a nice check for sure, but Duncan just bogus. Man.
I don't think Duncan's bogus. I just think Duncan Struce just came along. That's just what happened.
See, y'all got too many. To me, like y'all got too many of the same like players that could fit in the same role that y'all got to get some of them out of there so y'all players can be good. You know what I'm saying?
No one cares about the Miami Heat.
They're just mad that they're better than your team.
They just like the Miami. They just like the Lakers. They just like the Lakers. They lost. They lost. Who cares? Why are we talking about?
Let's move on. The Bulls signed Andre Drummond. Does this do anything for you guys?
No, I was pissed though.
Nope. I mean, Andre Drummond for real,
bro.
I wanted Drummond to come back to Philly though. Like we need that back. We need that backup center. Like that's the only reason I was upset. But
I don't know why he left y'all. I would have stayed there too.
He got traded. Remember,
I'm just saying, like, oh yeah, he did. I forgot. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. He knew he wasn't gonna stay in Brooklyn either. Like he said that during the season. He said he knew he wasn't gonna stay in Brooklyn. So I was like, shit, come back to Philly. But oh well.
Yeah, it doesn't do a ton for me. And I also don't know what Drummond's doing. I don't understand exactly what Drummond's end game is, because if his end game was starting, that was a terrible place to go.
Like His starting days are over.
He's not better than Vucevic, so I don't know.
Maybe he's trying to go somewhere he can take the load off and he find his place in an organization that's kind of failing. Cause
should have came to Philly then. Shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that would have been
right. Like if you're gonna go sign up to be a backup, I would have. I wouldn't chose Chicago.
Because I don't know what this does for the Bulls. Like ain't y'all trying to keep like Levine and all that other stuff? Like, what's this go?
They did resign Levine. Levine got his
max. I'm saying, like, I don't think this gonna keep this dude. Like, I know I'm saying that, but I don't think he gonna get it for like long term. Like, this might be like, all right, you gonna have it for like 2 years. Then he might request a trade out because you can't keep him
in the offseason.
You know what I'm saying? You can't keep him. Like long term, doing moves like this, this ain't gonna get you no championship. But it's their first year, I guess. First year, I give them a pass, but I'm gonna be turning them up the whole season because I know they're gonna mess up. I'm just waiting. This is the first time they got something right. I can't wait for them to mess up because this was stupid. This was a stupid sign. I don't know nobody.
I mean, I think it's a good signing for the Bulls. Like, if you're the Bulls and you can get that quality of a backup big, I mean, that's good. It gives them a little versatility too, because Drummond's a better defender. You know, like if Vucevic doesn't have it going offensively, then at least you have something to pivot to, where they didn't really have that last year. But let's move to the Bucks. This is the last one. They signed Joe Ingles. Joe Ingles last year got hurt. Was traded to the Spurs. Never played a game for the Spurs, but does this do anything for you, Joe?
Yes, I like it. I think this is a piece they need because obviously Pat Covington's not working out. DiVincenzo didn't work out. They let him go. Great and not consistent enough. He's a competitor, but he's just not consistent. Joe Ingles, I've seen him bring the ball up the court before. He maybe methodical and slow, but no, he can shoot the ball. No, he can get his own bucket when he need to. I think it's a great piece for them with Chris Middleton and Giannis. And you obviously seen when Chris Middleton wasn't there, they had that second option.
We're not going to just.
I ain't saying Joe Ingles ain't as a second option. I mean, but Drew Holiday not a second. I'm talking offensively. I mean, Drew Holiday showed up to play, but offensively, you need that dude who can go get his own bucket. And
I know you'd
I have more faith
Joe
in Drew
Ingles
Holiday.
is. Oh my God!
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Have you watched them Utah games? Plenty of times when Donovan Mitchell was pulling up some stupid ass shots and going 6 for 21, Joe Ingles was up there bringing the ball up the court, making mid range, taking threes, getting to the lane multiple times. I've seen it. Don't act like
before he got hurt. How many points
Joe
do you
Ingles
think
can't
Joe
play
Ingles
now.
was?
I ain't saying
Shit, like 8
how many points do you think Joe
9.2?
averages?
Like 8
like
9.2.
9.2,
Yeah.
7.2.
Yeah.
But he can, like Joe
Dude,
can, but Joe can go out there.
I'm not acting like he
like
looked third, fourth option. Like he was good.
Joe can give you about
than
15 to
No.
18.
Allen.
Oh yeah.
Do
I'll tell you my numbers.
I need to tell you how many points Drew Holiday averaged a game last year?
No, you don't. I know Drew
Nah,
Holiday
you don't.
did. I know Drew
18.3.
Holiday
He was like
did.
close to 20. I saw like he was like close to 20, wasn't he? Yeah.
18.3. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
he had a good year last year.
I like Joe Ingles' game. I'm just saying when you start saying he can get a bucket better than Drew Holiday,
Man, Drew Holiday, that guy, boy. I don't know what you talking about for sure.
I'm not gonna
Like,
disrespect my boy like that.
That was a little disrespectful. That was a little disrespectful. I give you that.
Jeremy, I know you like this move. What'd you think?
Yeah, I like it. The moment it happened, I was like, damn, that's a good ass move. Like that's close to like he's not Brogdon, obviously, but as far as like just the fit, like I like it because once Joe come back, he gonna be out there. Hey, Joe be hooping, man. I ain't gonna count. Joe be hooping, man. Like, and that's just another shooter. One thing I can say about just like Miami, one thing I can say about Milwaukee, they go get shooters. Like almost every offseason, they go get a fucking shooter. And he's like Joe got chopper right when Joe hooping. Hey, Joe be hooping, and he'll talk shit, to you. Like,
he go.
I fuck with it. I fuck with it. That's an underrated move because he hurt right now. But yeah, when he come back, yeah, I ain't gonna cap. That's a good move for them.
Yes.
Devion?
Yes, sir. I agree with Jerm because boy, that is gonna be Chop City. Like, cause it's really like it's really like they when they got another shooter. Obviously, it's gonna be like less aversion like what a Brogdon or somebody is. But you don't need him scoring 20 points, bro. You just need when Giannis go in that lane, and if it get hot, he go. He go hit it.
Oh God!
He might take you off the dribble, drop it off on somebody.
Like Joe,
that's a sleeper move. Like
that's a sleeper. I promise you, it is.
Like people gonna say it's weak, and then when the time comes, and the playoffs is really weak, I really see it when all that heat on Giannis, and they start trying to do that little collapse, and then they gonna start extending it out. Boy, Joe about to. Hey, y'all gonna remember who Joe is now? I'm telling you, but that's a great move, boy.
I like the move.
No, I agree. Devion,
move.
you kind of hit on why I think it's a bigger move more than his shooting. I don't think Joe Ingles is like a fantastic shooter. He's a fine shooter. Like to me, Joe Ingles in terms of a shooter, he's like a PJ Tucker, Covington, like good, but like he's not a sniper. Like he's not like a sniper. So he's not a sniper. But what he does do, I'm glad you brought up, Devion, is like he'll put the ball on the floor and play make for others. It's a very underrated part of Joe Ingles' game. He's a very good playmaker. And we'll see post-injury and, as he's aging. But historically, he's been a good defender as well, which a lot of people would not expect because he does not look quick at all. But he always seems to know how to get himself in the right position. So
he's savvy.
That's a fact.
Yeah, so I think he fits.
He's white, is what we're
everything. Saying. Well, no, he is just legitimately like not quick. Like, yes. Hey. He is like every stereotype you think of a white player. He fits it, but he actually is. He was always good at being a defensive player, and a lot of times they would throw him at their best perimeter defender until they got Royce O'Neal, who they shipped to Brooklyn. So yeah, I mean it's interesting. I like the move. Another one that I didn't really want to see happen, but it is what it is. So I will kind of last basketball thing we'll kick around. I want to know your guys' favorite move so far. Which one do you think is the biggest needle mover amongst all the moves that have been made so far? Joe, I'll let you start.
Man, the biggest needle mover. To be honest, with all the KD and Kyrie talk, everything else ain't really been that. I don't think there's been nothing that's gonna say, "Ooh, we made this move. It's gonna make us one step closer to the chip." I haven't seen. So if I really got to pick one, though,
If you had to
you
pick
got to
one.
take the Durant one with the Hawks. If I got to pick one, I'm going Durant Murray with the Hawks because I mean it's kind of crazy when you really think we got Trae Young doing what he does, and then you just give him another 6'8" guard who can freaking take some of that pressure away. It's the smartest move. It's the best move so far, but nothing really jumps out and says, "Ooh, that's a championship move." Not yet, at least.
Jeremy, what'd you think?
I'm gonna actually bring in two moves that we didn't talk about. One, I think DiVincenzo to Golden State. I think that was a low key. That was a decent move. I think that's a good.
Glad we ain't talking about that.
That was a good move. But outside of
Not
that,
bad.
I ain't gonna cap. John Wall going to the Clippers might be what they need, bro. Like if John Wall can get somewhat that because they need that roster that they got. Like I feel with PG and
All
Kawhi,
right. We're taking a pause.
We're
We are
not going to
talking
talk about the Flippers.
No, we
The
are going to talk
Flippers?
about this because I have seen
Hey.
too many fucking people hyping this garbage ass fucking franchise.
I don't know. I ain't hyping the franchise. I just think
What the fuck do you think the Clippers are going to do next year?
hey,
I'm asking you, Jeremy. What's your ceiling for the Clippers? I
oh,
want to know your ceiling for the goddamn Clippers. Ceiling.
realistic.
Best case scenario.
Oh, Western Conference Finals for sure, at least. At least they can get to Western Conference. If they got to Western Conference Finals
They
without Kawhi,
might make it to the second round. They might make it to the second round. If they get to the second round, they're getting their ass bounced in like 5 games. That
By who,
fucking
though?
trash ass. It doesn't matter. Take
by
your
who,
pick.
though?
Phoenix,
Dallas.
outside of
Golden State,
maybe the
Memphis,
Lakers.
fucking Pelicans. I would take over the goddamn Pelican or Flippers. Like they are so overrated. I've had so many people hyping this
Flippers
fucking
go
team
flip.
up to me. I cannot take it. They like they're good. Like they're good. They'll make the playoffs for sure.
They're good at fucking up.
They're not gonna do anything.
I mean, we said the same thing about Utah all these fucking years. They
fucking suck too. I know Goldberg's gonna get your ass bounced in the fucking playoffs. I'm not fucking picking them.
That's why they got him up out of there too. He's why he going to.
Oh my god.
That's a great move for John Wall.
You got Pandemic P. You got Kawhi who might play. Even if he does play, what have the Clippers accomplished since putting those two together? Can someone please tell me what makes them so special? Everyone hypes them up every single year. They barely beat Dallas. I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying media, everything in general. Everyone was Clippers. Oh my god, they're good. The first year they got together, the Clippers are definitely better than the Lakers. Who won the championship? The Lakers won the fucking championship. Then the next year, what happened? Kawhi got hurt. Oh my god. No shit. Kawhi gets hurt every fucking year. Last year, what happened? Kawhi doesn't play. Paul George gets COVID for the fucking second playing game. Something is going to go wrong when you have those two people together because you know what? Their whole career, they have found a way to fucking lose. That's what they've fucking done.
I will say though, I think they would have made the finals.
That might be a little strong for Kawhi, but
I think they would have made the finals if Kawhi wasn't not like the year before when they played Phoenix in the Western Conference Finals. I think they would have beat Phoenix.
They didn't play them in the Western Conference Finals.
Yes, they did.
Was it the Western Conference Finals?
They play. Hold on. Did they?
When Phoenix went to the finals last year, that was the last team they played.
No, I thought they played Denver in the Western Conference.
No, they played Denver.
They played Denver because the Clippers blew that game 7 against 20 in the first half.
No.
It was up 20 in the first half and blew the game 7.
Phoenix played Lakers first. They played Lakers first round. They beat them. AD was hurt. Second round they played Denver, I think. Denver was hurt. Third round, I'm telling you, they played. That was the first time the Clippers made the Western Conference
Maybe you're
Finals.
right.
That was their first because Kawhi was hurt and PG was low-key hooping, but Kawhi ain't had Kawhi.
You're right.
That's when
They did. They did make the Western.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
you're
better
right.
than I thought.
That's
They did.
it.
But
Uh,
they still weren't gonna
I
make.
know-
They still weren't making out that fucking series.
Nope.
No way.
I don't know.
I'm
I think
surprised. I'm surprised they made it that far with.
I mean,
what
that's
they
true.
had.
That's true. But
PG.
crap, that's true. But I think like I ain't gonna say I ain't seen they would have won the finals. But I think that year, I think they would have beat me personally. I think Phoenix got lucky because Phoenix came up against a hurt ass Laker team.
I
They went up
agree.
against a hurt ass Denver team. So they on some Golden State shit. Every team they played was hurt. No nobody want to talk about that. But
This
yeah.
boy said on some Golden State shit. Still salty. All right, I took that way away from the original question. But Devion, what was your favorite move so far?
Yeah. Look, good for John Wall's career. Flippers gonna be the flippers. I like the Brogdon thing. Unfortunately, it's with them with Boston, but Brogdon with that team is
Yeah,
a difference maker, bro. That is like what we watched this year with Boston and what they lacked in, and like if Jason Tatum got to do all this stuff, they put all that pressure on him. They collapse on the defense. He gets tired. You got Brogdon, and Brogdon is gonna come off the bench. He go be sixth man, and he go lead the pack. That's a great pickup for them. I think that's the best. Like Murray is a great pickup for the Hawks, but Hawks ain't no championship team with them. They just came from the finals, and they got a good chance of trying to go back with a player like him. I think that's the best pickup so far. Like championship wise, I think that's the best pick. Don't even think it's close.
I agree. That's a fantastic pickup. I still think the biggest needle mover though is I'm with Joe. It's Murray to the Hawks because that puts them in a very different conversation. Like the Celtics just came from the championship. Like, yeah, Brogdon's a good piece, but I really don't I don't think I feel any differently about the. Like, I think they got better, but I don't know that I really think any differently. Like, I'll put them as one of the favorites to come out the East. Yeah. It doesn't to me. It's not like when KD went to the Warriors and oh, we know who's gonna fucking win. Like, it's not that kind of move.
No.
So I'm gonna agree with Joe on this one. Like I think.
Yeah,
until KD comes down to South Beach, then it'll be that kind of move.
KD and Kyrie
hand it over. But no, I think I agree with Joe. It's Murray. It's Murray. Murray's going to make that team very different. I think it's going to make them versatile, and I think they'll be an issue in the East.
I'll cry if that happens. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it until he goes somewhere. If KD, Kyrie,
we're not gonna keep doing this. You
know
how we end this show.
Let him go to
Love
Miami.
or violence. We're not. Yes, let him go to Miami. Love or violence. Joe, you feeling loving or you feeling violent today?
I'm violent, bro.
Bring
and
it out
I'm
your
mad
heart.
as hell, bro. Yeah. And it's exactly what Devion brought it up again. We talked about it earlier, bro. Fuck this week, man. I was mad about this last week, bro. I don't understand, yo. You telling me you were to have Daniel Theus.
Oh Lord.
Then Russell Westbrook. He don't deserve to get his name said correctly. All right.
I don't know that boy name at all.
You rather have him than Russell Westbrook and Taylor Horton Tucker and the 2025 first round pick. And then y'all gonna take all these bum ass names and send Michael Brogdon to another team in the East, the Celtics, who just made the finals.
They're tanking,
bro. And then not only that, they got rid of Sabonis, which was okay. You get rid of Sabonis, but they did get Halliburton, which that may end up working out. But it's just, come on, bro. You have Brogdon and Halliburton. Like, that's a nice backcourt right there. And then, okay, you're going to get rid of Brogdon. You could have Russell Westbrook and Halliburton and THT. Like, that's cool. That's better than now what you got. You have Halliburton. That's it. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, come on, man. Like, Russell Westbrook is not that. He cannot be that garbage that don't nobody want to touch him. I just don't understand it. But then you're going to sit here and try to tell me that the Brooklyn Nets will take Russell Westbrook for Kyrie. That shit don't make no sense to me. Like somebody got to be stupid. Is it the Nets or
different
is it the Pacers? It's not different.
different goals for next year, Joe.
They in
Different
the
goals for
same
next year.
spot.
The
The Pacers. The
Nets
Pacers
want to win. No, the Nets don't got their first round picks. The Nets don't have their own first round picks, so they got to try and win.
Yeah.
The Pacers don't.
I guess.
Jeremy, you choosing love or violence?
I'm gonna go ahead and choose love today. Because
That's sweet.
you know, I just I for the most part though throughout the league, I love most of the moves. Specifically to Philly, like I love for the most part Philly making. Going into the offseason, I was just saying they need to.
Oh my boy PJ.
Retool that motherfucking off or retool the roster because that roster even before Harden got there, I didn't think that roster was it. But they retooling the offense, they making moves, so I'm loving it so far. We got a few more moves to make, I think, but I'm loving it. On top of the other moves throughout the league, I think most teams are doing pretty steady for themselves, except for the Pacers, obviously. But you know,
Devion.
All right, I'm choosing violence, but y'all gotta follow me on this before the Knicks and the Brogdon. And Brunson.
We didn't even talk about that one. I forgot about that one.
I love Brunson. Is going to try to showcase his talent, but the Knicks are going to fuck it up, and they're going to find a way to fuck all this up. And like our boy Zane said, and I didn't notice that until he said that. They got two players that play the exact same way. One big and one small, Julius Randle and Brunson. That is the funniest shit ever. But they gonna find a way to mess that up. I'm never.
Ain't gonna take much finding. What do you think? I mean, Brunson's nice. He ain't a needle mover like that.
I'm saying it's great for him to showcase it, but it's going to be. I can't wait for it to happen to show how good he is, and then when the Knicks find a way to fuck it all up again, because I like when the Knicks lose. I really do. I think this is like the worst organization in basketball for the last 10 years. Not even close. I think that was just the dumbest shit in the world. You just go get some players who go win or something, at least sniff the playoffs. Y'all just out here throwing money away just to let other players showcase, you know what I'm saying, showcase their talent so they can go somewhere else and y'all can stay at the bottom. Like, I just hate everything they do. I'm just being a hater right now when it comes to the Knicks. It ain't got nothing to do with the players. I just hate everything they've done in the offseason. Like, yeah, you fucked up draft day. You shipped all that stuff out, and then you picked up Brunson. And that ain't going to be the move that's going to get you nowhere in the playoff. He's a great player, but what is that going to do for you, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You out there playing one-on-one. You got one-on-one basketball players. This is like the best of the rec league NBA edition. That's all this shit is.
You know what make it worse? You know what make it worse? Michael Brogdon, $104 million. Julius Randle, $100 million. Evan Fournier, $70 million. Who the center name? Mitchell Robinson, $60 million. That's over 400.
That's actually a good contract. I like that contract for Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's over $400 million to get
this.
Not even make the playoffs
for players. Go to the Knicks and go eat. The Knicks terrible. Like, go there and get their money, but y'all ain't winning. Y'all ain't gonna make it. Y'all not gonna sniff the playoffs. You're not even gonna sniff it. Like, I guarantee. I'll make a bold prediction right now. They go win about 30, 35 games, 37 if they got a great season.
So bogus.
Oh my god! I'm willing to bet my left arm on this, bro. I'm willing to bet my left arm on it.
Jalen Brunson, dad is the assistant coach. His agent is the son of Leon Rose, who's the president of basketball operations. Is this college basketball? Like, what the fuck is? It's stupid.
All right, I'm gonna wrap this up with some more violence. I'm choosing violence on fucking Minnesota. I had such a good time watching Anthony Edwards, and now I'm not going to be able to enjoy Anthony Edwards do anything fantastic because y'all want to treat it, like Joe said, the fucking 80s y'all gonna run some Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert out there together. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Why are you? Like we talked about last year. We all liked watching John Moran play. Memphis built a team in a smart way. We got to see Memphis a lot more this year. We got to see them in the playoffs. I enjoyed watching Minnesota in the playoffs. I wanted to see them do the same fucking thing. But no, they want to go get some goddamn Rudy Gobert. And, oh, my God. Oh, it just makes my head hurt. I love watching Anthony Edwards play basketball. I feel like I'm not going to get to do it very much next year. Especially not in meaningful games. So
were the executives for the T-Wolves, were they clapping once they got the deal finalized? They was hyped, weren't they? They was probably ecstatic. Like we just
Well, join the club, bro. That's what I'm talking about with Brunson. I like seeing him move. It's over, bro. Join the club. At least Minnesota go win games.
No, but at least in the Brunson situation, like he's going and getting paid. Like it's like at least a positive thing for fucking Brunson.
Rudy.
Gobert already got fucking paid. He's just now going to go infect another team that I actually like to watch play. I didn't give a damn about watching no fucking Utah Jazz play. Donovan Mitchell, you're cool. Dwayne Wade, hope you make a lot of money on that purchase. But I really didn't care about watching them play.
right.
I liked watching Minnesota play. Now I'm not going to like watching them fucking play because they got my like least favorite fucking player in the game going. So,
Rudy!
oh my God.
Rudy!
They gonna
Rudy and Cat, two cry. the biggest people on the court crybabies.
I don't think there's any better way to end the show right there.
Oh,
Great Impossible.